It's your boy Crypto Blood and welcome to another sponsored review. Today I have Callisto. It's a new platform, or actually it launched in April, the mainnet launch, but this is a new way of doing smart contracts with Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. You're gonna love this if you're technical. This is more on the technical side, but this is a very interesting platform for auditing and making sure smart contracts are secure, and you get to have your smart contracts audited for free over the Callisto network. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I want to show you a video that kind of explains the code staking portion of this, because you can code stake your tokens, your CLO tokens, and earn money. So let's look at that first, and then we'll get into the actual protocol and platform. Check it out.
So let's talk about cold staking. Callisto coin is unique on its own because of the ability to earn interest on funds that are held through a process called cold staking. When you cold stake your coins, essentially you are lending or giving the networks your funds on a short-term basis. Then you are rewarded with Callisto equal to the time you put your funds in the amount of Callisto in your reward pool. Keep in mind, all of this is funded by their own treasury, which makes it extremely safe and effective. To make things even easier, the process is governed by a simple smart contract. More in depth is that the exact return is determined by the period in which you are staking your funds. To go into more detail about the process of cold staking, Callisto has a minimum staking period of 1 month, but this can be rolled over to continue collecting dividends on staked funds. Not only is this easy and fun for users of this coin, this also allows the holders of Callisto to earn a return on their holdings even if they do not immediately liquidate their coins. It also provides a better alternative than running a masternode like other coins. For example, other coins and networks offer similar returns through masternodes, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, but it is a lot more technically advanced and even requires holding a masternode on specific networks, along with a great deal of investments from the beginning. Masternodes can be a mess, and that's why we at Callisto wanted to simplify the process with cold staking methods. Basically, cold staking is a simplified lending process with shorter staking periods, and the best part of all of this is that there are no minimum deposit amounts. By simply holding your coins, you will be earning. Simply, all we're doing here at Callisto is rewarding you for holding our coins. Although cold staking is quite new to the crypto community, it is becoming extremely popular because of its flexibility, lower risk, and amazing returns. Some benefits that our team came up with cold staking your coins was that there was no minimum taking them out, no hardware investments, shorter staking periods, extremely simplified because of such smart contracts, and extremely seamless and user-friendly, as opposed to masternodes where most of them have very long staking periods, complicated setups, and require large amounts of investments to get one running. To conclude with this video, cold staking is extremely flexible and a lot lower risk than a lot of other options in the crypto market currently. It's user-friendly and anyone can do it regardless of the amount of coins that you hold. It's obvious that this is becoming the new hot trend within crypto coins. With all that said, are you ready to hop on with Callisto?
So I wanted to really get that out the way, because I feel like the code staking feature is probably more applicable to the majority of the subs and viewers of this video. The technical end we'll get into next, but again, the code staking will begin on November 11th. You'll be able to do that after their hard fork. They have one, and we'll get into the details about that. But let's take a look at the website. Very clean and nice, professional looking website Callisto has. So it starts off saying that Callisto Network is a decentralized open source crypto platform based on the Go Ethereum source code with its own cryptocurrency called CLO token. The main goal of Callisto is to research and develop a reference implementation of self-sustaining, self-governed, and self-funded blockchain ecosystem and development environment. So you can actually buy CLO tokens right now. I won't click there because it's pretty self-explanatory. You put in how much Bitcoin worth of Callisto tokens you want to purchase, and then you can start it from there. It goes on to say here, the first cold staking coin. Cold staking is a protocol that rewards long-term coin holders for holding their CLO coins. Cold staking is not related to POS nor a consensus mechanism. Cold stakers receive passive income for holding their tokens. And again, this feature right here that I'm reading and highlighting will be available after November 11th. The Callisto network also offers free security audits via a fine-tuned audit process, so smart contract hacking results in millions of dollars of lost revenue for the whole ecosystem. The Callisto network offers a completely free service to audit professionally written smart contracts, and we'll get into the details of that shortly. On-chain governance system is something that Callisto also has. It is a reference implementation of a self-sustained, self-governed, and self-funded blockchain ecosystem. Callisto is also scalable. They aim to establish a secure and contribution-friendly environment for further protocol development and improvements. And Callisto is also very financially transparent. Callisto aims for full financial transparency, and you can check out their financial report here. We'll get back to that. But let's take a look at their roadmap. In Q1 of 2018, they did a snapshot of the Ethereum Classic blockchain and credited individuals 1 CLO coin for every Ethereum Classic token you had. They also launched testnet 2.0 in Q1 and began the research for the possibility of having a POS and DPoS protocol implementation for the network. In Q2, they launched the mainnet, and I kind of referenced that at the beginning of the video. That was done on April 15th of this year. The marketing team was also created in Q2, and they launched the Block Explorer for Callisto's network. In Q3, they formed the security department for Callisto, and that is in Solidity. And their plans for Q4, as I stated earlier, is for that hard fork number 1, which is for the code staking implementation. In Q1 of next year, they're planning on implementing the side chain, and interchain operability research will begin. And as you can see here, Q4, they plan on doing the hard fork number 2, which is for on-chain governance. And to my surprise, actually, Callisto has already picked up a lot of partners when it comes to wallets. You'll see them broken down here on Google or Android. iOS, they've got 3. Windows, they've got 4 different platforms where they're compatible. And then even Linux and Apple's OS system. And the web, you can also access your wallet from there. The current price of Callisto is at just around a half of a penny, and their market cap is only $3.6 million. So this gives you a lot of upside potential with this particular project and token. And here are the exchanges they're currently listed on. Now for the mining aspect, it is something that you can mine with the POW algorithm. In particular, it's the ETH hash algorithm, and the block reward is 600 CLO tokens. It is 100% compatible with Ethereum Virtual Machine, and the block intervals are every 15 seconds. And here are the mining pools where you can start mining Callisto tokens. The team I normally don't really go over in that detail. It's something that you can look at yourself. You most likely won't know these names, but they do have professional backgrounds in this space, and also many of them are LinkedIn accessible. Now one thing I do want to highlight here is this gentleman, the CRO, Dexaran. He is actually the founder or CEO and founder of Callisto. Because of health, though, he's decided to step back, and also there was some pushback by the community. He wanted to keep the organization autonomous in nature and decentralized, and he really was all about privacy. And so when he got sick, people weren't able to reach and access him. So he decided to, for the best of the community, to kind of step back from that CEO role. But he's still on the team, but they needed to go in the direction of becoming a actual foundation so that they could pursue other endeavors within their roadmap that was necessary for them to become a foundation. One of those key aspects was being able to be listed on many of the exchanges that you see above here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this code staking section. Again, in about 43 days, you will be able to take advantage of code staking with the Callisto network. And just to go into detail about code staking, if you may not know, code staking is not related to proof of stake or consensus mechanisms. Code stakers have no rights in generating blocks or confirming transactions. They receive interest from holding their coins. Think about code staking as a form of passive income on your investment. And how does one earn money with cold staking? So the Callisto cold staking protocol is written in Solidity, a smart contract programming language. The cold staking contract receives 20% of all mining rewards per block and distributes this amount among cold stakers in direct proportion to their stake. And it says here that the reward for each staker is calculated at the moment of reward claiming. So here's a calculator that kind of explains how much you will receive. So you can play around with that. But what I want to show you though, or just highlight really, is that this coin is only a half a cent. The staking will start in November 11th to be exact. It's probably best if you get coins now, because the value of these coins will go up as the market and the community starts to realize that you can stake your coins and make money from it. So that's something I wanted to highlight for sure. And to pop back over to the cold staking page, they draw out a flow chart of how the staking will work, so you can check that out at your leisure, and also a cold staking walkthrough. And here's just a quick, clean and simple way of looking at how this cold staking works. So you just send cold staking to the staking contract, wait a month or longer, invoke the withdraw function on the staking contract to earn the reward. So you can either, again, I told you can buy it right now or start mining, and I gave you the list of miner pools that are available for the Callisto network. Now the auditing side is more for the technical individual. This is where the Callisto network comes in to play and has its advantages for both those looking to have smart contracts audited and also those who want to become an auditor, because you get paid doing that as well. And here they highlight smart contract security audits. It says here, smart contract programming is relatively a new field lacking in security standards, documentation, and best practices. Smart contracts need to be programmed 100% accurately from the beginning and be able to withstand years of hacking attempts. Otherwise, it leads to disastrous consequences and losses of millions of dollars for your customers. Smart contracts have to be thoroughly planned, must consider all logical permutations, accommodate all possible expectations, and be meticulously implemented. If you get the order of the code wrong in the case of the DAO hack, or forget to initialize something as in the parity freeze, then you could have an irreversible disaster on your hands. So the solution for them is this smart contract audit department. Callisto Network offers smart contract audits free of charge. Callisto Network is fully compatible with Ethereum and Ethereum Classic environments in the Solidity language and the Ethereum virtual machine. Smart contract developers can also create smart contracts hosted on the Callisto Network blockchain. And listen, this is something that we all know. If Ethereum is going to be widely used, this type of platform or network is so vitally needed in this space. So I can only imagine that this token will surely increase in value just for the sheer demand for it. And as more and more smart contracts become deployed or needs to be deployed, you're going to see organizations come to these types of networks to get that audit done properly. And then it goes on to show you what is reviewed by their auditors. It just goes through multiple independent audits, perform full service audits, overall smart contract architecture, and also look at technical analysis of the interaction between the smart contract and the blockchain. A full service smart contract audit solution, identify potential bugs in the smart contract code and label them with severity classifications of the issues found, and lastly, possible optimization of smart contract code. So they've done 16 audits already completed and 11 in progress right now. So this is excellent, and the reports are also want to highlight this. The reports are housed on a Callisto IPFS node or a number of nodes they run, so it will be accessed in a decentralized manner. So yeah, Callisto, man, this is, again, if Ethereum is going to be widely used by organizations, big corporate organizations and entities, they're going to rely on these types of auditing services and platforms to just make sure that everything is tight. The code is tight. There's no bugs that will cause serious issues down the line. And hey, why not get paid for doing audits, or get paid for staking, even get paid to mine? So this is a great three-pronged type of network where many parties can benefit from the Callisto network. So jump over to callisto.network and check that out. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's it. Holla!